government. All the military training manuals say that. And they say we're insane, even as they announce it on the news. Bernadine, what about this paradox of world government doesn't exist, and you're crazy if you say it, but world government's here to save you? I mean, that's just amazing. And then I want to continue along the lines of Rand Paul. Yes, we need to get Rand Paul and Ted Cruz, because no Democrat's going to win the Senate race now here in Texas up against him. We need to, I mean, hey, let's see it. Let's see it all on trial. Let's bring the whole system out in the open, because America has been occupied. Now, they haven't fully implemented the occupation, but they've hijacked us.
Well, that's for sure. And it's what we're doing is we sent what you received from me, the white binder. Now, the white binder's on my website. I just already talked about that on this program. It's 75 pages. But all of this and the brown-covered book with the evidences of how they counterfeited our permission to disarm us, this has all been sent to Rand Paul, and I think the best thing we can get people to do is to call Rand Paul's office and ask him to pursue this as an official study. Otherwise, I don't know how we're going to move without the cooperation of the federal government itself reporting on its own failings and its own ill intentions. Because if we don't, Obama, one of these days, is going to sign that treaty that they have for small arms, and they're going to have a civil war here. That's the main thing that I see, Alex, is that I would like to see that a civil war is diffused
But if they come for the guns, we have to resist.
What's that again?
But if they do try to come for the guns, people are going to resist. We want to stop it before it gets to that.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is that there will be a fight. People will not, they're not so ignorant as to turn in their guns when they get an order. They know better, because without a republic,
I can guarantee you, most gun owners are going to hide their guns, and then it'll make the gun culture even stronger. And then a lot of people are going to start. Listen, yeah, Bernadine, that's what I've said. The plan is to start a civil war. I don't know if you ever hear my show, but I've been saying that every day for the last year.
Unfortunately, I haven't heard it, but that's what I'm seeing, is a civil war is in the offing. And unless this is brought out, we're not going to stop it. These facts have to be brought out. That's why you got what you got in the mailing with the white binder and the brown-covered book.
Absolutely. I want to come back and briefly get into the UN treaty and talk about how they disarm people in other countries. And then we're going to take a few phone calls for Bernadine Smith. We'll give you her website so you can get to the PDFs of these documents. The worst drought in 50. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this live worldwide broadcast. It is now already August 2nd, 2012 here. And Bernadine Smith's with us for another 20 minutes or so. I want to go to some phone calls for her. But if you just joined us, she has been fighting for the Second Amendment for, I don't know, 30, 40 years. She can give us the exact date. And she went and ferreted out all the UN documents. She went and ferreted out their own admitted plans to disarm every man, woman, and child. Separately, we have other UN documents where they want to end the family, end our industrial society, and reduce our population forcibly. And now all that's on the news. So they went through a period in the 50s, 60s, and 70s kind of pushing it. Then they backed off and said, no, it doesn't exist. And then now they're back pushing it all and implementing a lot of it. And then I was in Aaron's office and saw this book that I've been meaning to cover, Future Government, Our Future World. And there's countless books like this that are in the public schools. And this is from the 80s. And it teaches kids that you'll have drones over your house watching you. You'll all live in communal government housing that's good for the earth. Everything you do will be surveilled. You'll talk to people via televisions instead of phone, so you won't have to travel. World government will run everything. It actually says world government. War will never happen anymore because everyone will live in big bubble cities. And, of course, population will be controlled. Future weapons, that's a stealth bomber. This came out in 1980. But there's the Loving stealth bomber before it was declassified. And war in space will keep us all safe with world government. Again, the New World, the planetary logo for world government. There, that is right there. I'm going to do a whole piece on this soon. And then it breaks down how great the world government's going to be. And I'm going from memory. This was published in 1980. Let me look it up. Let me see here. Where does it say it was published and when? Library of Congress catalog and publication data. Our Future World discusses the idea of world government and the necessity for it in light of the present and future changes and the problems of our global community, international organization, juvenile literature, international, and it doesn't say the publication date. I thought I knew the publication of this. Yeah, I looked it up online. It's 1980, if I remember correctly. Normally they say the date on these. Guys, it says copyright 1980? I'm so flustered here, I can't even see it. Where does it say that? Oh, it's on the other side. Okay, I knew my memory was right. Yeah. Okay, copyright 1980. I looked at this at Bilderberg when somebody gave it to me. And I went and looked it up online. There's like dozens of these books. And I remember this being in the elementary school library in Rockwall, Texas. That was weird when the guy handed it to me. I said, wait, and look, we're all in a spaceship, but we got to decide who's going to not live, though. There's only so many can live on this United World Federation. Oh, look, it's so much fun. And then they've got all the other ones here. Going back to Bernadine Smith. Bernadine Smith, I mean, it's wild to know these technocrats have come up with our future. They're implementing it. It doesn't matter if people are against abortion. It doesn't matter if we're against same-sex marriage. It doesn't matter if we don't want to turn our guns in. It doesn't matter if we don't want all, to have the NSA spying on us. The system is just going ahead with it.
True, and it's the same with demanding that you surrender your guns. They don't care what you think, but like I said, it's going to lead to a civil war because the people have never given their permission, and the federal government is lying about that. The Bill of Rights, as you know, is not subject to repeal, revoke, or rescinding process. It is unalienable or inalienable, whichever you want to call it, that they have no authority whatsoever. What they're doing is counterfeit, it's a fraud, and unless we bring this out before a civil war, we could diffuse the civil war if we do bring this out, because the civil war is going to be fought over guns. That's what they're going to do. They're going to come in and they're going to kill people if they don't submit to letting their house be searched, or they take all the information from the sales that are made by gun stores, and they pretty much know, gun clubs, and they know who to start with. And that will frighten and terrorize the rest of the population. And
Bernadine, let me expand on what you were saying last hour. People are waking up. I mean, even Time Magazine has to admit it. So we've got a chance to turn this around. If people realize we've been occupied, our government is run at the bureaucratic level by people that are part of this globalist cult. You don't get in unless you're part of it, and it's not to bring peace. It is to bring absolute bondage and enslavement in their own words. That's what's so sickening about this. And they admit that when they stage the crises and order the police and military to go out and get the guns, that it will cause a civil war. They're going to call us all terrorists. It will decimate the police and military. And then in all these documents we just showed, then they bring in the foreign troops. They want Americans to kill each other first, then they come in. We've got to reach out to police and military. And Bernadine, I have been sent classified documents by Army. The Army then admitted 3 months ago it was real and responded saying it was classified on re-education camps for Americans. I was then sent a document that it was public, but it was tipped off to, where they have gun confiscation training in the military now that we knew was going on for a long time, but now it's official. They're gearing up for it, just like Katrina. Boy, I tell you, I mean, if they try this, Bernadine, I would imagine... I would imagine conservatively when the rubber meets the road.
They will have resistance, of course, but they will kill a lot of people. Are you there?
Yeah, no, I'm here listening to you, yeah.
Yeah, they will kill a lot of people if they resist. And
do you know how many police and military are going to get killed?
Pardon? Well, they won't be working with our military. They'll be working with foreign troops. And they'll have them come in and go house to house and search properties outside. Now,
that's Bernadine, I disagree with you on that. That's phase 2. Our troops are now under NATO UN. They are the foreign troops, even though they're good.
Yeah, but they'll be bringing people that are from other countries, because American boys will catch on too quick, and they will not go into their relatives' homes or a family.
Bernadine, I agree with you, but they're training them to do it. I mean, listen, they're training them for right here, though. What do you think is going to happen if they give our troops the order to do this?
Well, I don't think that the majority will be happy about it. I think they will be replaced by foreign troops. It won't be our boys.
Oh, I agree.
They will do other countries, and other countries will ransack us. That's what you can just envision is what they're going to do.
By the way, that's all official. We've been to a bunch of urban warfare drills where they have foreign troops training to take our guns and admitting it. But, I mean, let me tell you, that's just an invitation to civil war right there. But these globalists are just crazy enough to do it. Let's go ahead and talk to Michael in Florida. You're on the air with Bernadine Smith, legend when it comes to defending the Second Amendment.
Hey, how you doing, Bernadine?
Oh, just fine, thank you.
How you doing, Alex?
All right.
All right, I got 2 points. First of all, I want to say when they do false flags and stuff, I wanted to make it a slang that's a 9/11, because everybody knows at this point that it was fake.
So it's like a police call letter. We got a 9/11 going on, yeah.
Yeah. And another thing I wanted to ask, since they're making rules for us that we wouldn't consent to, when do you think they're getting rid of the Constitution? Because it's obviously in their way. They're pulling things like this gun treaty. They're getting rid of it.
Well, they already passed government control of health care. I mean, it's late in the game here.
Yeah, because for every disaster they have, they ignore the Constitution, and it seems like your rights don't apply unless the court acknowledges your rights.
Well, like I said, actually the Constitution is not being used because we have the Homeland Security. That is a dictatorship. I've been saying that for... Oh, yeah, we are under a dictatorship.
No, we are under martial law. It's just an increment of it. It is there to absorb the old republic.
Exactly, and who in the Congress will stand up and protest what's happened? This is where we're failing. I don't know how we're going to get other people to replace some of these people that are
Michael, thank you.
Worlders in the Senate.
Well, I mean, here's the deal, Bernadine.
Only 51 people that are opposing this new treaty with the small arms treaty.
Well, Bernadine,
that isn't enough to stop it, and I really don't have all the answers